Hi, good morning. Today is Thursday, December 29. We are into the last stretch of 2022. We have 2 more trading days left for this year, including today. And overnight on Wall Street, we still see that US equity continuing to slide since it has been sliding since mid-month. And overnight, the catalyst seems to be Apple shares. Apple shares have lost 3% overnight, whereas the previous day, the main news attributed to the slide in US equity was the fact that Tesla stocks continue to trade downwards, and it traded aggressively to the downside, and yesterday it had a rebound, whereas last night Apple stocks took over from Tesla, holding the headline, resulting in market sentiments being pretty negative. But other than that, there is no real news that moved the market yesterday, but market continued to slide. I think it will continue to slide all the way to the year end, and there's a danger as far as the Nasdaq 100 is concerned. There's a danger that we may actually see a new low created for the year, although we only have 48 hours left of trading, but we'll go to that later on. Over in the Dow Jones itself, we can see prices last ended at 32,875, very, very close to the month low at 32,573. It is not inconceivable with 48 hours left of trading. It may actually create a new low for December, but to take out the November low at 31,727, that's a bit of a stretch. I do not see that happening, but however, that cannot be said for the other equity index. We have the S&P 500, again, also losing ground last night. It closed at 3,783, also very, very close to the last week's low at 3,797. So we are not that far away. And of course, for the market to go and test the November low at 3,700 is not too much of a not a stretch of imagination. Actually, it can do that if the market have a catalyst to lose 80 points in the S&P 500. Is not an outliner. It can actually happen, but the one that actually can actually happen, resulting in a new low for 2022, is this particular index called the Nasdaq 100. We can see that last night closing at 680 is pretty close to 10,440. Okay, so we can see that for the market to drop another 200 points in the Nasdaq, I think it is really, really possible. Will we see that? I think there's at the very least, I think we will see that this counter trend for 10,440 may be eliminated by tonight. So at the rate it is falling, odds are very, very good that we can see a new low going into the last day of trading, which is tomorrow. Okay, but over in Hong Kong, we can see that prices also follow Wall Street on the downside after achieving a new high for the month at 20,999. So we can see that the price managed to take out the 20,000 levels, but just marginally before it slides back again. But for the time being, this market posture remains very positive, largely due to the idea that China is opening up to the outside world one more time, and that is underpinning the market sentiment in Hong Kong. And the same is happening for the Shanghai Composite Index. Although we can see prices come down this morning, but I think overall structure over the last week or so, since it bottomed out at 3,031, does give us the idea that market may actually stabilize and maybe even go higher in the early part of next year to test the 3,100 levels. Okay. Over in the Nikkei, we can see the prices are very similar to the structure that we saw in the Nasdaq 100. It does appear that at the price it is trading this afternoon, this very hour, currently it's just trading below 26,000 points, and at this rate of fall, it is not inconceivable for the market to take out the October low, which is 25,621, and for the market to go even lower to test the June low, which is 25,520. Okay, so by and large, we have a risk of market at the bare minimum to actually test the October low of 25,620. So this is definitely a possibility here. It means that the Japanese equity market is actually very vulnerable to further downside losses. Okay. Now, when we look at currency, we can say dollar versus the yen actually peaked at 134.50 this morning, which is actually within the target range of 134 to 134.80, and the turn down from there thus appears to suggest that at least in the near term, there's a possibility the market may have peaked at 134.5 and may be getting ready for further losses ahead. Okay. When we look at sterling seems to be trading sideways largely, although there was a spike to 120, 120 overnight, but this morning we can see prices slide back to where it was before the bump up to 120, 120. So over the longer term, I do believe that market may drift lower. My initial target is 119, but my ultimate target for this run is at 118. Okay, so 118 seems to be the idea. Ideally the price comes somewhere between these two range of prices, and if you see a buy signal appear, maybe that is signaling that the dollar may come off going into the new year. Euro versus the dollar has been largely a very disappointment trade for me, because I've been short this market for quite some time, and for as long as I'm short, the market did not go anywhere. It was basically trading sideways, and yesterday I lost my patience and I just basically exit the trade with a small loss, and this morning it came off and take out this minor support line here. Now this line has become a resistance line. Whether this will amount to much remains to be seen, but I'm not going to be tempted to get back in again, because considering we only have less than 48 hours, because tomorrow is the last trading day. You can bet the volume is going to dry up as we approach midnight tomorrow. So there is really no incentive to hold position over the weekend, okay, over the new year. That's it, okay. So I'm going to watch this market from afar. If it falls, so be it. We'll always have another cat to skin as the market stabilizes. In the meantime, let's take a look at Aussie dollars. Aussie seems to have bumped up this morning to 0.68 before it loses ground and take out the support line here. Now, whether this is going to amount to anything remains to be seen, but technically speaking, it does suggest the market may be drifting lower. My target for this move has all the while been at 66 cents, so maybe the market will go down to test this level, last traded at 0.6585, okay? Over in Canadian dollars, dollar CAC seems to be very, very robust. Last night we have a major run up in prices to above 136. Maybe this is signaling that the buyers in dollar is coming back. I've always maintained a rather positive outlook for dollar CAC, and if this is the real move, then I think the market may actually go up to 138. Okay, this is still my target range all the while for this move here. Okay. Now over in crude oil, we see prices unraveled, went up to test the $77 to a low of $77.30. Okay, and last night as the market was coming down, I managed to buy some more at $38.10. So hopefully this price can actually hold out, and because I believe this level at $81 will be challenged one more time. My target remains at $83 or just thereabout. Okay, so I hope the market will have another bounce up going forward. Over in precious metal, we can see the prices actually went up to 1,832.30 cents before sliding back. Now the market has a very, very bullish structure. So far, it has held out this support line very, very religiously. So unless this level is taken out, we may see continued bullishness, or at the very minimum, some kind of holding pattern. Okay. Over in silver, we see the same thing. Structurally, it does appear that this market become very supportive to the upside. I was hoping to buy somewhere near the $23. It may or may not come, but never mind, we'll see. Okay, but this market I've been very bullish, this precious metal market, for quite some time now. Hopefully we'll get a chance to get back in again. In the crypto space, is a bit of a mixed bag. January down, we have Bitcoin trading below the 16,600 levels. Currently trading at 16,531. It's not that far away from the December low at 16,283. So by and large, if this low here is not taken out, there's a possibility the market may bounce back up to 70,200 levels, but it remains to be seen, because this market does appears to be a little bit soft going into the today's trading. Over in Ethereum, we also saw a pullback to the 1,182 levels this morning, and the market is stabilizing currently at this band of prices. I was hoping that this price of 1,183 to 1,193 can actually hold the market, okay, for another rally attempt to 1,265 levels. So however, we will have to take it with a pinch of salt, because the market appears to be wanting to come off. And when we look at Ripple actually caused a change in sentiment. Price rally up to 0.37, and before it slammed down to 0.34 this morning. And as we are speaking, the market appears to be wanting to come down a little bit more. And the low traded so far in December is 0.3324. And if this level cannot hold, I think we're going to see further losses ahead. Binance Coin is not doing anything of value because the market seems to be in holding pattern, so there's nothing to add here. Dogecoin continue to slide lower, okay, and currently it's at 0.069, so it is definitely very vulnerable to further losses going ahead. Cardano is also losing ground. So far it is at the new low for the month at 0.0242, and of course the same thing go for Solana is at a record low. It's at $9.39. So there you have it. Generally market speaking, crypto space is definitely not very bullish for now, and of course hopefully we'll hope for better times in 2023. In the meantime, I'll see you until tomorrow. Bye bye.